इतना सफर है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
A very good afternoon to all the dear friends and viewers who have joined us today for our Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar series. This is the digital representation of the business opportunity which we have got for you. Franchise India is Asia's largest integrated franchise solution company since 1999. And our objective is to help each and every investor, potential business buyers in getting a franchise solutions, business opportunities from our side. And we truly claim that no one sells more business than us because we have helped more than 5,000 international and national brands to expand their business with our 80 plus offices. We are among top 10 management consulting companies in India. With this introduction, it is our privilege to invite and welcome management team of Franchise India. We welcome Gaurav sir as well as Sonia ma'am. During the course of the webinar, apart from taking all your queries, they'll be sharing their insights and viewpoint with us so that we take the right and the conscious decision of selecting the perfect franchisee for each one of us. The business opportunity which we have got for you is Chapter 12, and we have invited the entire team of Chapter 12 to talk about this great business opportunity they have got for us. Chapter 12 is known for its large variety of menu, and they are into social dining concept. And we invite Mr. Dhruv Chamla, Mr. Rajat Chamla, as well as Dishang Bansal to talk about this opportunity. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining in today. But before I formally invite you to share your business proposal with us, we have a small video on your brand which we like to play for you. So thank you so much, Dhruv, for joining in today. Can we have a PPT from your side?
Yes, thank you, Archana. I'll share the PPT. I hope the PPT, you can see the PPT, right?
Yes, yes, we can. Thank you so much.
So, hi, I'm Dhruv, and we wanted to share our brand with you all. And if we go down, this is the presentation for chapter 12. And we are showing our brand. It's a overview of the whole restaurant. We are based in Faridabad, and we would like to tell our journey. We started in 2018, and it's been 3 years. So basically, they were only fine nine restaurants. There were no concept of pubs and restaurant bars in the city when we started. So people would go out and have fine dining experience and come back home without the partying concept in the city. So we changed the trend. We introduced a new place called Chapter 12. It's a nice, quirky, contemporary bar, which has a nice cocktail, which has a lot of decent interiors, a fusion food, and then we on top of that we have the brewery in the restaurant. So if you see the overview of the restaurant, I would like to talk about the food, the location, the dishes, and what's the people say about this place, the average cost, the services that we provide, and the ratings as you can see on Zomato. So if you could see, we are a multi-cuisine restaurant and bar just because focusing on masses is what we decided when we opened the restaurant. So multi-cuisine is for like all age groups, starting from 10, 15-year-old kid to 60-year-old. So we serve North Indian, continental, Chinese, Italian, and beverages. In which what we do is rather than just keeping a simple menu, we do fusion food. By fusion food, I mean like we do molecular gastronomy food as well, in which we have a mix of Indian and European cuisines. So what we do is we try and create a new different dish for people which they haven't tried before. We are based in Faridabad, sector 12, and we have a 8,000 square foot area with us, and there are about only 3-4 restaurant and bars which we consider are of the same level as we are. And then as you can see, we have different dishes that are written uh, in the overview. And then we have live sports screening in the restaurant. We do events. We call artists like every couple of months. We have different interiors for the city.
We play live music every Friday, every Sunday, every Wednesday. We host a ladies' night where we offer free drinks to the ladies, some vodka-based cocktails. So by this way, we keep on introducing new events which we can do on a regular basis to pull the crowd. And the average cost here for two people with alcohol would be like around 1,600 to 2,000, and a pint of beer would cost around 225.
So we've kept the cost very low just to target the masses. And then
We are quite reasonably priced. Our prices are neither too low nor too much, so that people might say that the people, they don't have problems with our pricing. Our pricing is quite suitable for the masses, and the services which we provide are dine-in. We have a full bar. We have a vast cocktail menu in which we have the twisted cocktails along with the
classic ones.
classic ones, yeah. And We have a indoor seating of almost 200 people, and we have also started with the home delivery thing through Zomato and takeaway as well.
So after the COVID situation, the home deliveries were in the market just because people wouldn't want to dine in last year. But then now it's both ways. I mean, takeaway is also a good hit, and then dining is also doing pretty well.
And the
So,
home delivery business has increased significantly in the last 5 to 6 months.
so if we move forward, as you can see, these are the images of the interiors that we've done. So if you see the place has a height of 17 feet. So I mean, if the height is big, I mean the interiors can be done much better. And then what we've done is we've placed two levels just because of the height. We've created the PDR and the mezzanine floors. So in the same floor, we have created two different spaces. So in the restaurant, we have a space which can give a private dining area for 20 people, for 50 people. So this is the lounge on the left side that can cater and give a private space for about 25, 30 people. So this is the bar.
We have got a double height bar. The height of the bar is 18 feet. And above the bar, you can see we have created a level where the DJ is placed. The DJ is placed in such a strategic way that the whole of the restaurant can view the DJ, view the artist or the bands which come here and perform.
So this is the new menu that we launched this summer. We launched it last month. So as you can see, this is, if you see the dishes, this is quite different. And this is basically fusion food that we serve. These are the Mediterranean platters. That's the dim sum platter. So the way of serving is quite different. Now we are coming to the cocktails. So these are one of our signature cocktails that we serve. And then we come down, since we've opened from 2018, we've already won the Times Hospitality Icon Award in 2019. And then for the next year in 2020, we won another Times Award. I would show that to you later. So these are the newspaper coverages that happened for Chapter 12. So we did a lot of events during our first couple of years. We do it like every 2-3 months. So we call like different big artists which have never come in the city. So these are the coverages, and Times and Hindustan Times, both of the newspapers, they covered us. So after this, now this is an upcoming project of us, which is coming in Delhi. That is, this is still under construction, and we would launch this brand in November. So talking about South Delhi, this will be our second outlet with a different brand name. So the name is the House of Cocoa Bar. Basically, it's an Oriental cocktail bar, which would be serving Asian and European food. You can see the different cocktail menu that we have for this restaurant and bar. These are the contemporary interiors. So now coming up to the franchisee proposal from Chapter 12. So as we've done a study in the past years, how things have increased and how pubs and bars culture is growing in the market. Pubs, last few years, fine dine restaurants were totally in, but the pubs and bar culture was not that much, but it's been growing faster than before now. And if you see, like in the past coming years, Delhi, NCR, they've grown, they've emerged pretty well. Now things, the market which is coming up is the two-tier cities. Dishan, could you explain why two-tier cities?
Yeah, because in tier one cities like the Delhi NCR, you can say Bangalore, Mumbai, we already have a lot of pubs. So there is a lot of competition. But in tier two and tier three cities, we have a lot of scope because mostly tier two and tier three cities have fine dine restaurants. But if we open a pub or a bar with a brewery or without brewery, I think it is gonna do very well because people they are always open to new things. And in the metropolitan cities, the property rent is very high. The consumer taste preferences always changing. High income segment people are there, and there are a lot of options to switch. But in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, we won't be having a lot of options to switch for the consumers. And the property rent, I guess, would also be a little less, so it will give us better profitability,
There'll be
higher
for
chances of,
consumer loyalty.
yeah.
So we are coming down to the franchisee proposal. So we consider Chapter 12 for masses. We consider ourselves as a premium, affordable premium segment restaurant and bar. Basically, nobody would have to think when they're coming to Chapter 12 because it's very decently priced. And then giving everything, it's a whole package. Giving everything in a decent priced menu and giving drinks in a decent price. So it's good for people and it's good for masses. They can come in. They don't have to think twice. So these are the financials. This one. Fine.
So yeah, microbreweries. If
So
we
there are two concepts.
So there are two concepts. One is with microbrewery and one is just a pub. So a microbrewery would require a minimum of 4,000 square feet of space and an investment of 3.5 crores. The franchisee fees that we have decided is like 25 lakhs, and the ROI, the return on investment would take almost 21 months. While if we just open up for a pub without the microbrewery, then we can open a decent good space in 2,500 square feet minimum area. I think a 100-seater restaurant can be easily accommodated in a 2,500 square feet area. And we can do the interiors and everything in 1.5 CR. The franchisee fees for the pub for a smaller area would be 15 lakhs. And the return on investment we are targeting for 18 months. And the places that we are targeting to open up the franchisee are the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Like if we go in, if we plan for Haryana, we can go for Rohtak, Jeend, Kaithal, Hisar, Bhiwani, Rewari, Mahendragarh. These are the places which we think that are gonna give a good response to our restaurant. And if we go a little towards north, then we can go to Chandigarh, Sonipat, Murthal, Panipat, Karnal, Kurukshetra, Ambala, Zirakpur, Mohali, Panchkula. Mohali and Panchkula are already having quite a lot of breweries and bars. So it's a they are all getting good response there. And I think Dehradun and Meerut, these two places, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Masuri, they have tourists and like all 12 months. So it is a good option to open in a touristy city like Dehradun or Rishikesh or Haridwar or Masuri. And Agra
there's a lot
also,
of potential in
yeah,
this city.
yeah, and Agra also is like a lot of new pubs are opening up in Agra, and Agra also has got a lot of potential because there is a lot of tourists there, and Agra in itself is a very big city. And if you go towards Rajasthan, then Jaipur, Alwar, Bharatpur, Kota, Bikaner, Ajmer, Tong, there are a lot of like cities the tier 2 and tier 3 cities where we are hoping that they have got potential and we can open up a restaurant there.
So this is like the ideal partner profile that we're looking for. I mean, if if you talk about the investment, it's like if we just do a pub without a brewery, which would require about at least 2 CR of liquid capital. And then we would prefer if the investor has the restaurant experience. But if it's not there, it's not mandatory. We are there to do it.
Yeah, we will handle all the operations, everything from construction, from creating the from building the service team, the kitchen team, the bar team, building the menu, the fusion menu for food and the cocktail menu. We'll do everything. We will assist in all the operations, and
So these are the options that we have, like for franchisees. Like if someone has an existing restaurant which is running in a two-tier city with at least 4,000 square foot space or even lesser, then we can probably introduce ourselves as a franchisee brand and then do better with it. And then there's another option which is like this is one option, franchisee owned and franchisee operated. So like we help you in everything and the franchisee operates it and owns it. And then there's another option which is franchisee owned company operated, which is a model where you can take the franchisee of the brand and then we as a company would operate it and help you in the
day-to-day
operations.
operations.
Yeah. So this is the support basically what we'll provide. We'll give the brand name, we'll give the experience that we have, and then everything from day one, from scratch till the launch, we'll be there to assist you. And then selecting the property, how to decide, and then developing the brand, the architectural support, the microbrewery. We have links in Jinan in China where the microbreweries come from, the best quality breweries that come from. And then we have our own architects and own team which can do the furniture, fixture, equipment sourcing for the franchisee. And then post opening, we can help in the menu, we can do the marketing plans, from where the products can be sourced. We have a lot of people working for us in that field.
Chapter 12 will be a successful brand, has been a successful brand since the last 3 years. And we hope that if we open up a second place, the brand legacy would also help. And we have created an awesome atmosphere that combines the best attributes of a cafe, pub, and excellent dining. So it's like a complete package: good food, good ambience, good cocktails, and entertainment as well. So there are some more images of the restaurant that we have here in Faridabad.
Yeah.
That's it.
Archana, if you could please play the images that we have given you after the presentation.
Sure. Just allow me 1 minute.
अठारह क्या है भैया? 18 सेक्टर. हाँ भिजवा दो. 100% चलेगा भैया. मतलब चल तो जाएगा, बाकी हम लोग आप सिंगल ना हो ना. ये तो
Yes, so this is the branded for the brand.
Should I go next?
Yeah,
Great. Thank you so much, Dhruv, and thank you so much, Radhika ji, for coming on the webinar and presenting the entire dynamics of the business model. And I like to also request friends, I do see some questions coming in. We'll take all these questions one to one on your behalf. And just to maybe summarize the model and also overall opportunity, I would say the Indian pub, bar, cafe, and lounge as a market, which is PBCL, is a big market, which is almost about 2.5 billion in terms of the value. And this category also contributes a big chunk of share to the overall F&B industry. And it has been witnessing a very healthy growth, and because of natural, people's increasing need to socialize, and especially millennials, and that is what India is all about. And even at Franchise India, this is one category that we have received or keep receiving the highest demand overall and throughout the year, I would say. And with new regulations coming in, which is about decision of putting the legal age of drinking from 21 to 18, and also in NCR the timing to serve the alcohol at these resto lounges, which is extended to about 3 odd p.m. I would feel that there's a big opportunity to be seen, and this would give a very big fillip and boost to the overall potential that we see in the industry at large. So we're talking about a restaurant and a bar format, which comes in two opportunities one can choose. One is microbrewery, which comes with an investment of 3.5 crores, and the other is a pub, which comes with an investment of 1.5 cr. And overall, the expansion, if I look at the territories, is primarily north of India, which includes UP, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Haryana, and NCR, which absolutely is the home for the brand. And equally, they have opportunity for people who want to put their time, be involved, run, take care of the operations, which is a franchisee and franchisee operated. And also there's a franchisee and company operated, where you come as an investor and company takes care of all the day-to-day operations. Now we'll go to the questions, and before I pick some questions from the audience, I'll want to check with you, Dhruv and Rajat, if you can, and because this is a very competitive industry also, and we have a lot of new brands which emerge almost every year. How do you see the overall competitive landscape?
The overall market scenario, we have got a lot of restaurants that are opening up, but we consider healthy competition a very good thing for the restaurant, because if there are a lot of restaurants, then we can say that like it kinds of creates an atmosphere for people. It kind of creates a market where people have a lot of options and they go out, you know
yeah, people would want to change.
Yeah.
They keep going to different restaurants. If you go to a restaurant today, you would want to go to another place tomorrow. So I mean, the options are coming up, and the different brands are coming up, and people and considering two-tier cities, just because that's the reason we are targeting two-tier cities. The problem is in Delhi NCR, because there are a lot of options. The consumer loyalty is less. But if you consider the smaller cities that we talked about, you would have 3, 4, 5 options, and the people, there'll be masses of people who would want to go out. So the consumer loyalty will be more.
All right, that's helpful. Now, I like to talk a little bit on the overall, the business model that we have presented, and if we can also deliberate and discuss a little bit on the overall investment and the breakup of the same. So, what all would form, 3.5 crores kind of breakup for a microbrewery? What, if you can discuss maybe the broad heads that go under these investments, and same for the pub, which is about 1.5. How much is the investment that we do in the capex? How much of that would be towards the license fee? And that is something I see also a question from our audience. So to start off with, maybe a broad breakup of the entire investment that we're talking about. And I will also request friends, you can put your questions. I see some hands being raised. So you can put these questions and we'll take these one by one. Over to you.
Financial plans. Yeah, so talking about the financial breakup, I would like to tell the basic heads that we have in the restaurant. So, like, if you first comes the franchisee fees, and then we start with the architecture, then comes the interiors. You decide uh, how the interiors have to be done depending on how the property is, in which city it is, how it is based. And then the after architect, we create a decent atmosphere, a good ambience. And then comes up the financial plan. In the financial plan, you would see there are different aspects. One aspect is interiors, then one is the kitchen equipments, the bar equipments. If you have a lounge with a microbrewery, so the major thing is the microbrewery, which has to be imported from China. There are a few companies which are providing it in India as well, but we would prefer buying it from China. And then the furniture comes at the later point. And then we have a team of our chefs which create a decent menu considering which city we'll be opening the franchisee. So all these things have an investment and they come with a price. So after that we have the marketing which comes when the restaurant is ready. So if you just tell the breakup that we have in the financial plan.
I don't have the name.
Maybe a broad understanding, how much of that money, if it is per square feet, how much would that go towards the interior? What is the investment towards the equipment? What franchise fee are we charging? And if there's anything which has also been included as a initial inventory, which is a part of this investment.
So
Yeah, I
the
think
breakup
it
for
might be easier, Archana, if you open up the file, the breakdown, I think that will probably provide more clarity to everyone. If you just put it on the screen, we can probably go through that.
Sure, sure. Let me just share with you.
Yeah, this financial plan.
Yeah, over to you.
yeah. So we are looking here at the investment summary. The interior and fit outs would cost around 60 lakhs if we are opening up a lounge without the brewery, and it will give us almost like a cover of 80 to 100 seater. 80 to 100 seater restaurant would take the interiors for 60 lakhs. The equipment would be for 41 lakhs, which will include the music system, signage, kitchen equipment, genset, bar equipment. The bar equipment would be like for say 5 lakhs. We can these are all just like approximate figures. Okay, and the genset would be like for around 5 lakhs, kitchen equipment for 7 lakhs, signage for 1.5 lakhs. The music system is like a very important part of the restaurant, and that would cost around 15 lakhs. And so the breakup for the equipment is goes like this. And the microbrewery setup, if we opt for the microbrewery, it, it would cost around 70 to 80 lakhs, and that would be imported from China. And the initial inventory that would cost around 6 lakhs, which would include the bar stock and the store, the dry store stock and everything. And the liquor licenses, they vary. The cost of the liquor licenses, they vary from state to state. But yeah, it would approximately cost 15 lakhs. Yeah,
But it depends. Like there are few cities which have a higher excise fees. The license fees is higher in Hyderabad, in UP. But in considering Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan, it's quite cheaper. I mean, these are the figures of these cities. So, like if you talk about Hyderabad, the license fees is 55 lakhs per annum. So that makes a huge difference.
the franchisee fees is 15 lakhs for the lounge, and it goes to 25 lakhs if we opt for the lounge with a microbrewery. Yeah.
So again, the rental also depends on which city we choose. So rental is different everywhere. So if you talk about the property deposits, if our rental is 4 lakhs, we'll probably have to spend 3 months advance rent and then 2 lakhs as a fee. So it's 18-20 lakhs has to be needed for rental advance.
Which would be a part of the investment, obviously, and yeah, and the initial inventory would cost us around 4,40,000, which includes the hard liquor, beverages, the food cost, and everything.
And then we need to hire the staff before opening. So we'll have a whole team of about 30-35 people, starting from the GM and then our chefs, then our head chefs, the maintenance teams, the microbrewers, helpers, bartenders, the security people. So that also comes with a cost, and roughly the salaries range between 4 to 8 lakhs, depending on how big the space is. Yeah. So I think Archana,
Sure, I think that's very helpful, Dhruv. And if we can even touch upon the operating expenses, especially for the entire setup, and you did point out on the and friends, the entire investment also takes into consideration the deposit which has to go. I think there's some component of the initial inventory which needs to be put at the outlet. That also has been included, and also the working capital for the first 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. Too. So the first 3 months of working capital is something that we have considered as well, including the
yes,
property
that
deposit.
we've considered in the
Sure.
investment.
And friends, you would be happy to share maybe a detailed ROI structure with you and also discuss. I'll take some questions from the audience. And before that, I'd like to ask on the operating expenses, typically what these expenses are, and food costs, especially in food business, is one of the biggest component, right? So if you look at a certain throughput from a particular outlet, and if you can give an example of, currently what you do and what typically can be a projected sales one can achieve in a say span of 1 year, because it takes at least 3 to 4 months time for a club or a lounge of this nature to come to an optimum level. So what is the projection, and typically what are the expenses, operating expenses, which would go into management of day-to-day operations?
Okay, so I would like to tell, I mean, the experience that we have had since past 3 years. If you talk about Chapter 12 itself, so even we thought we took a working capital, we kept the working capital for like first 3 months, as you said, which is required. But by God's grace, when you open a restaurant I mean, when you open a different restaurant with a different concept, so from day one, you get good returns. I mean, we never felt that we needed the working capital for first 3-4 months. And if we talk about the operating expenses, so like in the restaurant, how it works is we target a number, like if we target a sale of say 50 lakh rupees, so, like in 50 lakh rupees, we set a break even that we have, in which we have the rental, in which we have the salary. If we talk about the rental, we've considered a rental of 4 to 5 lakh rupees. So, 5 lakh rupees of rental, and then the food cost is about 27 to 29-30%. So, if we do a sale of 50 lakh rupees, and then the liquor cost is about 35%. So it comes up to 31, 32 on an average. So if we consider the food and liquor sale is 60-40, sometimes it is 50-50 as well. So like 25 lakh rupees sale is of food, or 30 is of food, and then 20 is of liquor. So if you take an overview and then you take an average of the cost percentage, it is about 32%. So 32% of 50 lakhs is roughly around 15 lakh rupees. So 15 is your food and liquor cost, and then 5 is your rental, which comes up to 20. And then it depends how big the space is, how much staff do you have. Our salaries are about 7 to 8 lakh rupees. So again, then 20 and 8 is 28, and 2-3 lakhs of taxes, and rest is the margin that we have for us. So we set a break even. So our break even is about 34 lakh rupees, and the sale that we do is 55. So once we meet the break even, like if we've met 30, the break even is met, and after 30, the margin is 70%, because the food and the liquor cost has to be bared, because rest all the costs you've already paid in the 30 value.
Sure. And now coming to, I would say, the training and recruitment of staff, because that again forms a very, very important part for a resto bar and restaurant. How do we go about it? Are they trained? Obviously, the training happens at your end, but how does the recruitment process go? Is this something which a franchisee would do, or you would have people who would recruit and place them? How do we go about it? If you want to explain, and how does the training process starts, and do we do it at your own outlet, or that is done partially at the franchisee center?
So how it is done is, what we do, we send our senior members from our restaurant. So like we send our GM. So under the GM, we have the bartender, the service team, the captains, and the housekeeping. So all this is considered the service, and then we send our head chefs, which they do the hiring in that particular city. They stay there for first 3-4 good months, and then when they think the restaurant is ready to be handed over to a different head chef, we hire a head chef from the local city, or we send it from Delhi NCR. So that's how it is done. So recruitment is quite easy. That's not a problem.
Okay, and I'll take, if you can also advise what is the typical cycle, for somebody who is interested, how long does it take for him to go and get it operational? How much timeline is required? And one being this, and then I'll take some questions which I see on my screen coming from the audience.
3 to 4 months, I guess.
So what I'm asking is, how long does it take for somebody to get started? If I have the location in place, how long does it take for somebody to
Three
get
to
started?
4 months. 3 to 4 months
3 to 4 months.
is what is required.
Once we've decided
Yeah.
the location, it takes about 3 to 4 months to
Set up the kitchen
set up
team and set up the whole restaurant
the
interiors and
restaurant
everything.
would be launched in about 4 months maximum.
Okay, that's helpful. And I'll take now, I'll take the first question from Mr. Amit Saxena, and especially UP as a market, because we did talk about what are locations we want to get into. So, which is Kanpur, Bareilly, these are all open locations. What he's also asking is on the bar licenses, and every state, and this is a state subject and also a center subject, and every state would have their own regulations, and especially for Delhi NCR, that's the lowest, I would say, and it increases based on the different states that you're getting into. So, Dhruv, can you advise a typical license fee for maybe the 4 states which come under North India one? And asking what are the typical formalities one requires, and how long does it take for one to get the license, and the fee structure? And will the company help in getting any formalities which are required for the same?
So basically, once we decide the place, like once we've decided the space where our restaurant is coming up, we would do is, our first thing would be, we would check the papers. Like there are 3-4 documents which are required for the license. So once that is done, we have a licensing team, and then we can get it done in any state. It really depends, like considering few states, they don't allow microbrewery. UP does allow, but I'm talking about there are few states which don't allow. So, I mean, it all depends. We have a licensing team which can help in
Procuring the license.
And it takes about 30-35 days to get a license, which can be done while you're doing the interior work. So you don't have to waste time.
Sure. And do you want to comment also on the fee structure for these licenses? Say for NCR, you've already mentioned the fee structure. I think I'm assuming that's for Delhi that you've put. Rajasthan, UP, Punjab, any numbers that you want to share with respect to the fees for these?
No, we are not aware with the numbers, the exact numbers.
Like it's different with the different states.
Different states.
But if you talk about Delhi NCR, it is quite decent. We have like the fees is 375 for a quarter. So it's roughly around 15 lakh rupees per year in Haryana. In Delhi, it is 10 lakh rupees. It actually depends. In Delhi, if you have a 90-seater restaurant, the fees is 8.759 lakh rupees per annum. But if you go up to 200-seater, the fees increases gradually. So it's very different with different states.
Sure. I think I did have the same question from Mr. Rohit, and Rohit, I think that remains answered. And he's asking if Jaipur comes as a tier one in your rollout, and if that is a city, would that be considered by you?
Jaipur actually is a really good market. I mean, we would consider Jaipur as an upcoming city for pubs and bar culture. Jaipur has a huge potential in coming years, I would say.
Sure. That's helpful. And so very important because I did see a question on the FOCO. I like to pick on the FICO model because you did touch upon the franchisee invested or franchisee owned company operation model. How would that work? If we can broadly discuss, the involvement of the franchisee, what kind of returns does he get? Does that depend on the revenue share, or there's some fixed percentage which comes to him as a part of the investment? And what is his involvement? So to say, in setting up, handing over. So broadly, if you can talk about what is his involvement, what does he get as a return, and typical, arrangement for a FOCO model. And
When
is that tier open for entire North or specifically some territories which have been earmarked for?
we're open with both the models. So FOCO model basically it works franchisee owned, company operated, where the franchisee owns the brand. We give the brand to them as a franchisee, and then we operate it for them. So like we offer them a certain amount of return per annum on their investment. It is operated by us, and the whole management will be ours, but they'll get a fixed amount of returns on their investment.
Okay. All right. So whatever investment they have made, there's a percentage which is fixed, which they
Yeah.
get annually, or maybe a revenue share between the two,
Yes,
whichever is higher, right?
that
So
can be mutually decided.
sure. And that can also be discussed one to one, and that's what I would also suggest. I'll see if there's any other question we want to pick. Hanji, Amiji, we can do a FOCO model also for Kanpur, and like Suvji had mentioned, they're looking for FOCO for any part of North India, so that should not be a problem. And equally for Kanpur as a city, I would say Lucknow, Kanpur are potential cities. And we have a question from Mr. Ramana Rao on the south because we discussed on the territories primarily for north of India. So do we have any expansion plan for south at this point in time?
Yes, we are actually looking for franchisees. We actually did a meeting last month in Bangalore as well for one of the franchisee investors, and we are already in talking terms. So, I mean, Hyderabad, Bangalore, south cities, they have a quite good potential. So, yeah, we are open for that.
Especially for microbrewery, I would say Hyderabad is very good, and Bangalore. These are good markets for microbrewery as a business. And friends, and I'm sure we've tried and picked up a lot of questions which have given you understanding on the business model, while some financial understanding on FICO or FOCO would need to be done on one-on-one call, which we'll try and fix up with Mr. Dhruv Chawla and the team in the coming week. And I will request all of you, we are keen to fix up a slot. We'll try and book anything between 30 to 40 minutes, either on a telephonic call or maybe on a Zoom call. So 10th of July is the date that we have kept as a discovery day. Discovery day is a day where you can interact one-to-one with whatever questions you have. And here I will also request and suggest everybody who's keen, प्लीज ब्रिंग अप योर इनर सर्कल. अगर आपके कोई पार्टनर्स हैं जो साथ में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं, कोई फैमिली है जो साथ में डिसीजन मेकिंग में आप इन्वॉल्व करना चाहते हैं, ब्रिंग एवरी इम्पोर्टेंट पार्टनर और इनर सर्कल who would be influencing this decision. तो उनको लाना बहुत जरूरी है डिस्कवरी डेज पे. And with this, Dhruv, I'd like to thank you and Rajati for coming on this webinar. Before we close, I'll request if there's any last comment, message that you want to give to the audience listening to you. Anji.
I would say the model is pretty good for investors, and considering the different franchisee options that are available in the market, I mean, we are one of the best options available as of now.
Yeah. Great. And I would also add, since the markets have opened up, we have all malls, high streets, retail, food, everything is open up. It could also be a very good idea, especially for people out of Delhi NCR, if you want to come and experience, take a tour, spend 3-4 hours at their existing outlet which they're running in NCR, and we can block maybe a day, maybe take a tour, not adha ghanta, it's a half day, half an hour you can spend on the Zoom, but take out maybe half day, pura experience kijiye, take a tour of the entire facility, how it operates, and that's what would bring a lot of conviction So experience is more important when you take a decision of this nature. If you're keen on doing a facility visit and meeting at the premise, I would encourage that, especially for people out of Delhi NCR. And again, for that, you can reach on the hotline number of Franchise India, which we'll put in the chat box, and you can call on that number. And we'll also put our email ID for any questions that you might have. And we'll start blocking your time on this 10th of July. So thank you so much for being with us on this Thursday afternoon. And I will also thank all our friends who have joined on this webinar. And Ashna, can I request you to now please take over for the final closing remarks?
So thank you so much, Dhruv. Thank you so much, Dikshant. Thank you so much, Rajat, for joining in today. We'll come back to you with more and more queries on 10th of July, which is our Discovery Day. We would like to thank Sonia ma'am for taking this particular webinar and hosting the webinar. Dear friends, thank you so much for joining in today. Do reach out to us at our business hotline number, which is 97176-83838. You can also connect with us at different social platforms. Information on your screen. You want to see this particular webinar, we have recorded version in Franchise India Brands Limited Facebook page. You go under video section, you can see all the previously done webinar also. You wish to connect with Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am? Yes, they are available at the LinkedIn platform also. That's the information on your screen. And as we always say that we are there to provide you with the maximum business opportunity, we wish you to join us for our Bharat Franchise Show. This is again an initiative by Franchise India, where we are bringing top 6 opportunities in our evening program. Webinar will start at 7 p.m. where the founders, brand representative would come and talk about the brand. Today we are inviting you for Bihar show. So to do registration, either reach out to us at our business hotline number, or you can go to Facebook page. We have already shared the link over there. And tomorrow under our 12 p.m. webinar, we would like to invite you for CAD 24. That's a work from home opportunity where you can start business as low as with 1 lakh rupees. So the team would come and talk about their e-learning platform and what kind of the value proposition they are creating in market. So for today's 7 p.m. webinar, as well as 12 p.m. webinar tomorrow, you can do registration. Thank you once again for joining in today. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good day.